Welcome, guys. I just have to say this was a decent card, really much. But it was painted with robberies, it was painted with horrible judging, and it was painted with some injuries. I mean, card as a card itself, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty much okay card, but I'm disappointed, really much disappointed because of some stuff. Some stuff didn't go well here, and I'm going to go with step by step with these predictions and with these expectations, and I'm gonna tell you what is going to be, what was good and bad side, what was good and bad side of it. So let's bring this on. First of all, first of all, I wanna tell you that I really enjoyed this card. I mean, I really enjoyed this card, and but I didn't enjoy judges' scorecards, judges' decision. That kind of scared the shit out of me. And there were some controversial injuries, but it's all part of the game. Christian Rodriguez submitted Joshua Wims. Well, I haven't seen that coming. I played Fight Starts around 3, but it was a great, impressive submission and great victory of Christian Rodriguez. Cody Durden defeated Carlos Mota via unanimous decision, which came as another upset because that's not what I've seen coming. That's not how I've seen it coming. Mota used to be an LFA champ, and I was expecting that he will try to submit Cody Durden, but it seems Cody Durden improved himself, and this was officially the worst start of the card for me, as Chase Cooper was brutally annihilated by Steve Garcia, and Steve Garcia did a wonderful job by piecing him up. So, got to say, Chase Cooper needs to work a lot on his striking, otherwise he's gonna get cut. So, all 3. Well, was a great piece of play. Then we got Junyoung Park versus Joseph Holmes. What a great submission on the end of Junyoung Park. Really was a great submission. And Joy Holmes might actually lose his job after this performance. He might actually lose his job as he's on a cold streak. And got to say that Joy Holmes really looked amazing. I mean, all over the place he looked amazing. And me, I'm uh, I'm going to say that Joseph Holmes defo did a nice job here, and he defo taught his opponent a lesson via that nasty rear naked choke. That was all he wrote. That was all he wrote. That was a really great piece of play. Then we got Marcos Rogerio de Lima, who submitted Andrei Arlovsky early on. He looked like a stronger opponent right off the bat, and the difference between the two was pretty much visible. Even by the naked eye, the difference between the two was visible, and that's that was a great piece of play on both ends. But it's simply Arlovsky is having one problem. Life is passing me by, 43 years old. I mean, he's still fighting nicely. I hope they're not gonna cut him. He was on a 4-fight winning streak, so just give this guy few more chances, and he's gonna show you, I assume. Roman Dolidze versus Phil Hawes. I had Roman Dolidze to win, but Phil Hawes' knee popped up, and we're witnessing many knee injuries. Also, we had it in the main event, but it was a pretty much even fight until that victory, until that knee popped out, and I've got to say, that I am not impressed with the fact that that knee popped out. I'm really not impressed by that. So I have to say, that I will be never happy because of such things. I can be happy for some other things, but when somebody's knee pops out, that's, you know, it kind of scares the shit out of me. Congrats to Roman for the victory, of course. Congrats for the victory. Way to go, man. You are awesome. But injuries, I don't even like to comment them, and you know why. Then we are going to go Khalil Roundtree, Dustin Jacoby. Was a split decision, the worst robbery of the whole card. I had Jacoby winning the fight. I don't know how they gave it to round 3, even with the damage, even with the retreating, pulling back. I don't know how they gave it to round 3. I failed on this fight badly. I'm joking. I picked round 3 to win. I picked round 3 to win, but it was a robbery. I picked Howell round 3 to win, but it was a robbery. He had 2 out of 6 in the prelims. Then Khalil round 3 defeated Dustin Jacoby, but it was a pure robbery. I mean, Jacoby won that fight. Jacoby won 2 rounds fair and square, so one could question that, but it was a clean victory for Dustin Jacoby. Then Trishon Gore versus Josh Fremd. Great victory of Trishon Gore via guillotine choke, and I had Gore winning that fight. So he snapped his losing streak, and now Trishon Gore will be looking a bit better. Then we had Valdo Cortez Acosta versus Jared Vanderaa. I was expecting Valdo Cortez Acosta I was expecting that Valdo Cortez Acosta was going to have a better job these days, but it simply didn't come to fruition. Didn't come to fruition this time. So what can one say? I mean, the worst thing that can happen is Valdo Cortez Acosta outworked him, but I expected a knockout, and Jared Vanderaa looked pretty much decent. Maybe underestimated him a bit, but nice performance. Max Griffin versus Tim Means. I had it 2-1 for Max. Was a very, very close fight. Got to call it a very, very close fight, and one of the closest fights I've seen on this card, on this roster. Really was one of the closest cards I've seen, one of the closest fights, but I can't call that one a robbery, because for me it was not a robbery. It really was not a robbery, but close fight, yes. I had it 2-1 for Max, but I was unsure, so it led to 2-3 for my bets, and it led to 6 out of 11 after Arnold Allen defeated Calvin Kattar via injury. Calvin Kattar's knee popped out, and when he was aiming for a flying knee, he hurt himself. When he was aiming for that flying knee, he hurt himself when he landed on that right knee. So could have been ACL, could have been anything, literally could have been anything, and felt sorry because of him, man. I don't want somebody to finish his career or his MMA run like that, and when you hurt yourself once, you know that there is no mysterious coming back. You'll have to wait for a year or, 6 out of 11. 6 out of 11 picks. Not the greatest card for me. 2 out of 3 bets. It was not the greatest card for me, got to say. But I overall enjoyed it. It was a nice card, nice piece of play, and need to say that I really enjoyed. So, guys, I need to ref now. See you later. And Jesse on Fire accepted the call out. That's okay. I'm gonna make a video in the evening of him with the proofs that he accepted, and let's see whether he is just trolling or he is really eager to fight me. Let's see.